Hey everybody, I'm Cahlen, and today I'm going to be showing you the Osmand Map app, which is a open source and free app for the Android phone, and I use it on my stealth survival phone instead of Google Maps, because Google Maps is getting your information, your location, and all the places you go and sending it to people that you may not trust, that I personally do not trust. So there's a lot of benefits to this map app. One of the main things is that you can download the maps for your location or places that you're going to go, so you don't have to have an internet connection. So if anything happens, you know you still have all your maps. This includes satellite if you know what you're doing. So let's actually go ahead and look at inside the map. This is the Osmand app right here. You can see it's got the basic street level view of things. And this is actually a map that I downloaded. There's very basic maps for each state, which are kind of just come with the app, but this is actually more advanced. I have downloaded this app for this state. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Obviously, we got the roads. And we're just gonna look at some things. Let's see, okay, right here. All right, so now we're just gonna walk through some of the things. So configure map. Basically, like we can turn on restaurants, all kinds of different things, and these will show up on the map if we were to turn them on. We can turn on transport stops, buses and trolley routes and things like that. We can record our own track, so if we go walking on a hike or something like that, it will track our GPS every few seconds and draw the track on the map, and you can save that for later. It'll give you information about how far you walked, how fast you were going, how far up and down you went, and you can share that with other people. Okay, map markers we have on. Okay, map source is the main one. You can switch between the different types of downloaded maps that you've used. Right now I'm using the offline vector map, but I can use online maps, and there's a big long list of those as well. And one of them I have activated is Microsoft Earth. So let's see what that looks like. Now I have some satellite imagery, and while I'm connected to the internet, I can scroll around and it's going to download the satellite images. And if I zoom in, you're going to get different. So where you see the white is where it's downloading and filling in. And basically, normally you can just download maps, but for the online maps, at least for the satellite, you have to actively pan around to download the images, and then I think you have to set a setting in there to make sure it doesn't delete them over time so that they actually just stay on your device. Okay, I'm going to turn off this thing, go back to, and then we're going to look at Wikipedia. So we can download Wikipedia for an entire state, and that's going to show us all the Wikipedia entries for things. So if we want to go exploring, like it'll even show you entries for things that are out in the middle of nowhere. And I found a lot of really cool things, ancient things from like old log cabins that used to be an old mine, like all kinds of cool stuff. So, and this is offline, so we have this information offline. So let's read this article here. Soda Dam Springs. Now this one's in a different language, and I think there's a different version which is not in a different language. Let's just see. Yeah, there we go, I think. So here, all right, so a lot of them are English. There seems to be something where there are a large amount of them are in a different language, and that generally means that they're just not available in English, but they will still tell you where things are, so that's still useful. Another useful thing is that you can set your own little markers. So if I found a camp, I can set it, I can set the image, I can set the thing, and click save. Now that's going to show up here, which means I can have a track, I can have a list of all the places that I have found, including where I found animals, where I found water, where I found camps, where I found human supplies like trash, which may be useful, all kinds of things like that. All right. Here's where you can download maps. You can see basically you have access to the entire world. If I go into North America, you see I have a map in the United States. That's why it's green, and that map is New Mexico. But I could download all of these maps, but I won't because I'm not planning on going to these anytime soon. All these green ones here, the standard map, the contour lines, hillshade slopes, and Wikipedia were things that I actively downloaded and can access without being connected to the internet. Let's see if there's anything else. Osmand Live, I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing it's like that thing where you know if there's a traffic accident or something like that. I don't actually know. Planner out, I've never really used that. There's a bunch of plugins that you can use. For example, you can set it up so that you can set a marker on the map with a picture. So you take a picture of something and it applies to that marker on the map, or even an audio note. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. I think this is, well, I will say there's one downside to this app, and that it doesn't do a perfect job with addresses. So if you want directions somewhere and you type in an address, it may not figure out exactly what you're talking about. It's probably going to be looking for a road where two roads intersect, and that's the type of information it's going to want. And then you're going to have to narrow it down from there, which is fine with me in my situation, but it may not be what you need. So that's the Osmand app. When I make a stealth survival zone, if someone sends me their Android phone to get rooted, and I set up with a new operating system, which is De-Googled, I will always put the Osmand app and I will download your state for you if that's what you want. But you can easily do that. You can access Osmand just through the internet or through the F-Droid store, which is a free and open source app store for Android. So that's the Osmand app. I hope it's interesting to you. I definitely recommend using it, and I'll talk to you next time. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll share it with someone that you care about. It helps them, it helps me, and it'll help you feel like a healthy type of person. If you're feeling extra generous, you can head on over to cahlen.org/gift, and there you can basically learn of ways to help me feed myself, shelter myself, and to upgrade and repair my gear. All donations give you the option of having a 1-hour life coaching call with me. So, thanks again for watching.